Peter Channel Morning News on this Tuesday morning, September 13th, 2016. And good morning to you all on this lovely Tuesday morning, September 13th, 2016. Here are your news and top story at 8:31 on this Tuesday morning. It is Hillary Clinton is set back by decision to keep illness secret. Global oil demand growth is falling in oil production and stabilizing, providing a recipe for the global glut of petroleum and its products to continue for much of the next year, the International Energy Agency said Thursday. What Apple had to do, Apple had to turn a reputation when it comes to security. That's why they're shocked to learn less about the hackers find a way to break into companies like famous iPhones and even take over the camera and microphone. 3 Syrian nationals suspected espionage members were arrested Tuesday in Germany and being investigation connected with November's deadly terror attacks in Paris, 40D said. Jerusalem, the Israeli military said on Tuesday that Syrian forces had fired 2 surface-to-air missiles at Israel aircraft that were targeted artillery precision in Syrian goal nights overnight, but it correctly denied the claim. Tokyo, North Korea's nuclear program is directed to the United States, a close advisor to Kim Jong-un sent out last week at the time of test squad. The Japanese lawmaker just returned from Pyongyang. Philippines President Rodrigo Duterte said Monday that he wanted U.S. Special Forces out of his country south and blaming America for inflaming Muslim insurgencies in the region in his first public statement opposing the president of the U.S. However, the latest development in Syria when the ceasefire broken by U.S. and Russia came into effect as a Syrian activist group tracked the country's civil war said more than 300,000 people have been killed in the Syrian war. British former Prime Minister stepped down from the seat on Parliament on Monday, only weeks after leaving the United Kingdom's job. Brazil President Michael Turner is turned into an elected source to help solve his country's financial crisis. Deadbeat taxpayers. Jerusalem. Israeli defense forces have rejected Syrian claims that its military destroyed an Israeli warplane that drilled early Tuesday near Golan Heights. Taipei, Taiwan. Super Typhoon Marathi is forecast to make landfall in Taiwan and China on Wednesday with winds over 150 miles an hour. Torrential rains and damaging winds. Kyoha Haven, Nevada. A ship lost during a tube expedition more than 170 years ago has been found in the frigid waters of Northern Canada, researchers said. Black Waffles Matter cited main tourist town draws outrageous Booth Bay Harbor Bay. Over the statement of Monday, Brothers Trout and Oregon set up again as Ryan Monday when the sons of Nevada rancher Clavin Monday walked at the Mahir National Wildlife Refuge generated near Burns, Oregon. Red State Democrats and party strategists are already nervously looking past 2016 when they were England and were captured in the Senate to the 2018 election opening against hope that the party is in the Senate itself after the Titanic midterm backlash. Office Jones noted the details of the story of a former NSA contractor who became famous for Lincoln sensitive information about the United States in 2013. St. Petersburg, Florida. A Florida family watched their car go up in flames after Samsung Galaxy Note 7 smartphone catch fire on the console and engulfed the car. Chevrolet and announced an EPA approved range of 238 miles for its all-new all-electric Bolt EV motors at 230 test miles of real miles. Jeff Bezos Monday released and decided that every details of the powerful new rocket to be developed by his aerospace company Blue Origin. A gauge in the dollar reversed the decline in weaker oil and iron ore prices drag currencies and resource exporting nations reduced investors' appetite for riskier assets. Wells Fargo Company eliminated product sales goals for its consumer bakers as the company seeks to reassure regulators of lawmakers and customers after employees opened accounts without client's approval. New York, the number of struggling companies said that the exploration of products inside of the energy sector has nearly doubled. Nordies investor services have found. Joslanda, Sweden, the first vehicle to develop most ambitious self-driving car program that lifted the assembly line is Sweden is ready for the test of the company said. Washington. Short-term spikes aside, retail gasoline prices in the United States should be moving lower as refiners switch to a cheaper blend, market analyst finds. Stavanger, Norway. One is that one of the largest fields in the Norwegian country dental shelf will create. Economic ripples from market vulnerabilities remain, Statoil said. Kiev, Ukraine. Past contractual pressures from Russia won't resurface as Ukraine becomes energy independent in the next 5 years, the Prime Minister said. Orlando, Florida, restaurant chain Olive Garden admitted to keep up with competitors at the top of their own success from last year will again offer the unlimited pasta pass. Alright, take a look at the stocks up 2.62 at 83.25.07, SP 5 and that's a 5,211.89. Approximately 10% of Earth's wilderness has vanished since the 1990s, and all because the cumulative terms that new studies suggest. The gravitational forces that are responsible for high tides that may also play a role triggering the major earthquakes and studies suggest. Our Japanese research team has found that large earthquakes that are more likely to occur at all times of a full new moon. This past August was the hottest one since working came began 136 years ago, according to the monthly analyst spot, and NASA's gone into space studies. A new study reveals that we still do not know about giraffes, and what we don't know could entirely change how conservatives protect them. More than 4 and 5 parents give children in the wrong dose of liquid medicines and dangerous area that might be avoided by the direct to the surgeons and comes to the U.S. said. A city working for Wiggins area to control the spread of mosquitoes at the University of Bangkok, Thailand. Also, when it comes to sleep, it's all a man's world. According to a study which found that women that get in bed later than we like to waking up later they should, and quite possibly much of the time it comes between Saturday and Sealand. A new poll on Sunday is perhaps the best news that Kill had in gun months about 737 lack of voters. New Hampshire Republican Senator has an 8 percentage point lead over Democratic challenger Governor Wiggins. It's been 7 weeks since President Obama delivered a furlough for endorsing Hillary Clinton to 16-minute Democratic convention. While Hillary Clinton spoke to LGBT for Hillary Gale Friday in New York City on Friday night. Alright, take a look at some local news. For years, curbside recycling was a win-win middle school service, one that helped the environment while also bringing the revenue to cities and towns. But curbside recycling has lost some of the sheen in recent years as the market of recyclable materials have slumped. Communities that don't want to make money from curbside recyclables collected from residents out. Now, luckily, they are paid to dispose of variety of factors that led to the decline in the price of those materials. Price for scrap material, for example, have recently dropped as much as 75% in some places, according to reports. Residents of North Alabama gathered Monday night to remember the events of the 9/11 terrorist attack at the World Trade Center in New York City that honored the veterans and the first responders of the war that fall. The Attleboro community will be getting together after the music, games, food, and fun at the 20th annual Lee's Pond Festival on Saturday, September 17th, 10:45 a.m. 3 p.m. The rain date is September 18th. In news about the state, Baltimore, two Boston men charged in this later the Cape Cod man in 2012 has been started. Stephen Webster and Eddie Mack are charged with the first-degree murder, home invasion, armed assault, and armed robbery and related crimes in the July 2012 shooting death of Andrew Stanley. They had pleaded not guilty. Stanley was found by police and hired his own with his hands and feet bound with duct tape him and shot once and later died. Springfield, Massachusetts. Springfield man is already in prison on drug and gun convictions now faces a murder charge in connection with a gang-related shooting in the city 3 years ago. Alright, look at that New England alerts at 8:38. We're in the overnight in Ipswich, Massachusetts at 5 Hayward Street. Coming in responded for a victim of assault, unknown injuries attempted. And in Haverhill, Massachusetts, the overnight hours at 56 River Street and Auburn, Red Hen. Country shotgun shows specified by the Great Nissan Sedan partial plate of New York 6, unknown state. As New England slurred, it was late. He wanted to be heard. And now we get to sports at 8:38, where the Boston Red Sox stopped the Baltimore Orioles 12-2, and the Sox will have a game against the Orioles at 7:10 p.m. tonight at Fenway Park. And in Monday Night Football, the Pittsburgh Steelers behind Ben Ross with 3 touchdowns, beat the Washington Redskins 3-16 ball. Steps go. 49ers shut out the Los Angeles Rams 20-0. And for the second game in a row, Kaepernick safety Eric Reed dealt to the side while teammates Anthony Benfield and Eli Howard stood up and held the right fist. Peter Children's time is now 8:39 on this Tuesday morning, and it's home now for a traffic and transit report. Baby! Let's study off in the MBTA where on the subway system it is looking good on the commuter rail. It's looking good, and on the ferries they are looking good. And now, highways and byways of the 6-state New England region on this Tuesday morning. And 95 minutes stop outside. It is backed up from Bridgeport all the way out to Stamford. 95 at the north outside, back to the Stamford stretch. 95 at the north outside, back to the West Haven to New Haven. 91 at the south outside, back to the New Haven stretch. Merritt Parkway at the south outside is back to the Bridgeport all the way to the Stamford. 91 at the south outside, slow before 95 to New Haven. It's 84 west east outside is back to around Red 80 to Detroit. 84 west outside is back to Newtown down to Denbury. 91 on North Bad Side back to Route 9 in Middletown all the way up to downtown Hartford. 84 East Bad Side is backed up from West Hartford to Hartford. 84 West Bad Side backed up 384. Benches all the way to Hartford. 2 into the West Bad Side is backed up from before Hartford, Connecticut. 91 is South Bad Side backed up Woods Lock all the way to Hartford, Connecticut. 91 on the North Bad Side is backed up from 57 to 291 in Springfield. 290 East Bad Side it is backed up from Auburn to Route 9 in Worcester. 146 on the North Bad Side is backed up before 290 in Worcester. Down Route 4 South Bad Side back to the North King side. 95 is North Bad Side. It is backed up from Wark all the way to downtown Providence. 95 is South Bad Side. It's backed up from Tucker to downtown Providence. 146 to the South Bad Side. It's backed up before Route 95 to downtown Providence. 146 both ends is backed up around Route 99, Lincoln, Vermont. 99 North Bad Side back to 126 to 122 Woodstock, Vermont. 195 West Bad Side back to Seacock to downtown Providence. Jamestown and Mount Open, Newport Bridge is off. Looking good and there gets made of it out. 295 South Bad Side is backed up after Route 95 in Attleboro. 95 the North Bad Side back to 295 Attleboro to Route 128 in Kenton. Route 24 the North Bad Side back to Route 104 in Bridgewater all the way to Route 128 out in Kenton. Out in the Cape, 20 to the South Bad Side. So a little slow around the morning stretch. Route 6 to the West Bad Side back to Route 124 in Harvard stretch. Route 3 on the North Bad Side back to around 53 in Hanover all the way after the Braintree split. 128 both ends is backed up from Route 24 out in Kenton all the way to the Braintree split. 128 on the South Bad Side slower from 95 to 138 in Kenton. 128 on the North Bad Side back to from 95 in Kenton all the way out to the West Pike in Boston. So the expressway, the North Bad Side, it is backed up from the Braintree split all the way out to the Mass Pike in Boston. Mass Pike in the East Bad Side, it is sold from Grafton all the way out to the Austin Black Tolls. And 93 on the North Bad Side, it is backed up from the San Francisco Expressway from Boston all the way out to the Mass Pike. 93 on both ends is backed up. Run the downtown Boston from Pike all the way to the Zinke Bridge. 93 is South Bad Side, it is backed up from Lawrence all the way out to the Zinke Bridge. Route 1 is South Bad Side, so rear to down to downtown Boston. 93 on the North Bad Side is backed up from Stonewall Line to Route 120 Reddit. 120 South Bad Side is backed up from Route 1 in Peabody all the way out to Waltham. Route 3 South Bad Side back to Route 40 Chilton all the way to the Braintree split. 485 on the North Bad Side back to the Littleton stretch. 485 on the North Bad Side is back to 109 to Milford all the way out to the Mass Pike out in Westburg. 485 on the South Bad Side it is back to the Hudson to Marlborough stretch. 290 East Bad Side is backed up around the Marlborough stretch. 190 on the North Bad Side back to the West Portland stretch. And 495 on the North Bad Side, South Bad Side is back to around Chelsea stretch. 485 on the North Bad Side back to 38 all the way out to Route 93 in Redding. 4095 South Bad Side is back to 213 in Missouri all the way out to Route 93 out in Redding. Up in Lawrence. 93 the South Bad Side is back to the Derry direction stretch. 93 North Bad Side is back to just before 293 in Manchester stretch. Every turn back to the South Bad Side is back to around the airport. But how is about with the 7 New Hampshire and Maine are looking good, and how is about with the Vermont are looking good, and the east of the South Bad Side back to Silver Springs and Albany. New York 3 back to the East Bad Side from Schenectady down to Albany. Peter Chaldusa is 8:43 on this Tuesday morning, and it's time now for a weather report and another beautiful start to your morning. And a hazardous weather outlook because day 2 of 7, Wednesday from Monday, scattered strongest rear. Thunderstorms are possible Wednesday after the evening, running between 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. Temperature winds up the primary threat. Alright, 7-day forecast goes like this for today, sun's got 88 degrees. Hot southwest wind increasing at 5 to 10 miles per hour in the morning. Tonight, most coasts go at 59 degrees. Southwest about 6 to 8 miles an hour. From Wednesday, scattered showers on Thursday after 4 p.m. Most coasts come at 82 degrees. Southwest about 7 to 11 miles at just reaching 30%. New river about less than 30 shows how about possible thunderstorms. With that, check showers on Thursday before 11 p.m. Then the sun chance showers between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. Some storms middle discuss winds and frequent lightning. Chance got great podcast got low about 34 degrees. West about 8 miles an hour coming north and midnight. Just pictures. 40% new between the 10 coordinates possible as how about as possible thunderstorms for Thursday. Saints coming 7 degrees. North about 9 to 11 miles. Gusts 22 miles an hour. Thursday, Coast got about 48 degrees. Friday, Sunday, most Coast come at 74 about 54 degrees. Saturday, most Sunday, most Coast come at 75 about 62 degrees. Sunday, check the showers. Most Coast got how about 67 about 64 degrees. Just mentioned 40%. And for Monday, Check your shots. Puts up 76 degrees. Just page 30%. Good, not near. It is 57 degrees with a humidity of 5%. And the barometer 3.17 inches. And that is going to be it for the Peter Channel Morning News on this September 13th, 2016 on Tuesday morning. I'm Peter. Hope you have a good morning and a good positive. And I'll see you for our Peter Channel News Report. Hope you have a good morning.